Good morning, guys, and welcome to a new video. It's Sunday morning, 8:30 right now. I've been up since 5 a.m. The prep sleeping schedule is on point at the moment. This week has been absolutely perfect. Went to bed at 9 p.m. pretty much every day and woke up. Today I woke up without an alarm at around 5 a.m. so 5:15, something like that. And I'm feeling absolutely amazing. So energized. It makes a huge difference waking up without the alarm, just by yourself, and just being like, wow. Great morning so far. Finished editing the video that you saw last. So the last video, just finished that one, put the thumbnail together and everything. So I'm really enjoying the whole process of editing right now, and being a little bit creative, getting into the groove with the whole editing and thumbnail creation and everything. So this is what I'm doing right now. I'm actually just practicing. So I'm about to do a cardio session. It's a rest day today, so just 25 minutes of cardio, and I have 15,000 steps a day, but we overshot our step goal earlier in the week, so today I only have to do about 8,000 steps. So it's gonna be pretty chill, which gives me some time to go through my split for you guys, because a question that I often get on Instagram mostly is, what split are you doing and what split should I do and everything. So I'm not gonna go into the whole what split should you choose based on what, but I'm just gonna go through my split that I'm using for this prep, and also mention the split that I used in my off season and why we changed certain things. And yeah, gonna do that, and then probably, I'm not sure if it's going to be in this video or in the next one, film tomorrow's push workout and do a little voiceover, so taking you guys through all the exercises, why I'm doing them, and everything in a bit more detail than just me talking to you guys gassed out between the sets. But yeah, I'm excited and I'm energized. I'm feeling really good. Hit a new low yesterday, I think. Well, no, I matched my low, 86.1 kgs. I think that's about 187 pounds, and not sure. So I matched my low, but my shape was a lot better, so I'm expecting to have a big drop probably beginning of next week, so maybe tomorrow or the day after. Usually after my leg days I have the largest drop, because the workouts are just so intense and I lose so much water, so I'm just sweating like crazy. And without further ado, let's start this day. Well, I actually started it already, but you know what I mean. Let's do some cardio. During my cardio, I'm sipping on 2 scoops of Intra HD. Flavor raspberry lemonade is my absolute favorite. So if you want to get something from HD, use code GMFIT for 10% off. Absolutely great quality product. The taste is absolutely next level, I can assure you that. Also, as you may have noticed, I got a really nice tan yesterday. Spent a few hours out in the sun, felt amazing, and got some rest. It always helps with my appetite. Something maybe some of you guys could use is some advice for you guys. If you're dieting during summer, having daylight exposure and being out in the sun will drastically reduce your appetite. At least for me, it's this way, and pretty much all my friends, we all experience the same thing. So if you're struggling with hunger and are staying inside all day, try to go outside. Try to go for a walk, enjoy the sun. And if you're dieting during winter, I'm sorry. Well, the latter stages of prep will be a lot harder, of course, since I'm deeper into prep, yeah. But I will also not have that ability to go out and chill in the sun in October and November, because here in Switzerland it's gonna get cold as hell. I hope it focuses this time. In the last video, I'm so sorry. The autofocus somehow was so messed up in so many clips. The background was crisp and I was like blurry. So I hope it's gonna be better this time in this video. Still figuring out a little bit how this whole camera thing works. So bear with me. Finished my cardio, 25 minutes on the treadmill. Did my stretching, as you just saw, and my vacuums. So basically what I do when I'm stretching, I'm using the same app as I showed you guys in the last video when doing my my posing. I always have 5 seconds to transition between the stretches and then hold the stretch for 1 minute. I have started to do this every morning. I know it's not really necessary for bodybuilding purposes, to be honest. If you have enough mobility to do the exercises, you don't really need it. But I have found it to be pretty beneficial when it comes to, first off, my posing and my overall well-being. I just feel a lot better starting my day after stretching. And one problem that I often have, you may have seen this in my videos in my posing, is I have a protraction in my shoulder girdle. I have always had this. Most bodybuilders actually have this because our lats, our chest, all these muscles are protracting our shoulders, and the muscles that are retracting them, so our traps, our rear delts, our rhomboids, everything, are comparatively small compared to the muscles that protract them. So I'm talking about this protraction and retraction, right? So by stretching my chest every morning, as you saw, I'm actually loosening up my pectoralis major and minor, and this has resulted in me being able to sleep better, because what I often have is when I sleep on the side, my arm gets numb, and this hasn't happened that much anymore since I started stretching. And then also some lower body stretches, because I really like the way it feels in my hips after stretching my glutes and my hamstrings and my quads. So that's why. And then after that, I did 4 rounds of vacuums, as you saw, on all fours, holding it for as long as I can, so between 15 to 20 seconds, and then breathing 4 to 5 times in between, and then holding it again. And now I'm gonna do probably 2 to 3 rounds of posing, as you saw in the last video, the exact same. First, gonna do a round of just remembering what I need to remember in each pose, and then all over again with the timer. Got my post cardio snack right here. 600 grams of, I almost spilled it. That would have been so cool for the video. Well, not that cool for me, but maybe for you guys to get a laugh in. 600 grams of fat-free Greek yogurt. Got some decaffeinated instant coffee in there, and some vanilla flavored drops and some cinnamon. I'm calling this my diet tiramisu. It's nothing like a tiramisu, but it's at least, yeah, it tastes great. It's like a dessert. I would usually have my yogurt in the morning, as you would have seen in the full day of eating 2 videos ago. But on my rest days, well, I'm gonna be honest, I was out of those yogurts, and it's Sunday and I can't buy them, so I just had some Greek yogurt left. But on my rest days, I try to eat a little bit later in the day because I have less calories available, and that way fasting in the morning for a little bit longer than I do throughout the week will just make it a little bit easier and more comfortable for me to adhere to my low calories. Also, excuse my red face, I went to the sauna right after posing, did 3 rounds of that. I am enjoying the sauna a lot at the moment. It's always time to wind down a little bit. I read a lot there, and it just feels amazing mentally. And of course, as you know, when you're shredded going to the sauna, you always look nice and dehydrated afterwards. So yeah, looking sick too, so that's something to add. And I'm sweating like crazy, as you can see, into my new Gymshark seamless tank top. Link is in the description. As always, links for all the products that I use, all the supplements, the gym pin, clothing by Gymshark, egg whites, everything's in the description. So if you want to support me, please use those links, use those codes. I highly appreciate it. And also, while we're at it, please leave a like on this video. Please subscribe. It helps out a lot. I'm pushing this YouTube game at the moment, and I'm enjoying it a lot. And I hope you're enjoying it too, of course. What I wanted to talk about, as promised, was my split. And I don't want this video to be like really long. I know the past two videos were over 20 minutes. I don't know if that's too long for you guys. I think for those doing cardio, 20 minutes is like the sweet spot. But for those that are just watching these videos, maybe 20 minutes is just too long. I totally understand that. So I don't want to make this a really long talk. I just added like a minute just talking about how I don't want this video to be that long. So let's start with the split that I used during my off season. I trained according to a 2-day on, 1-day off regimen. So it was push, pull, rest, arms, legs, rest. A little bit more rest days, and leg volume was a little bit lower. Now during prep, since we really want to push my legs, my quads have always been a weak point. I have never skipped them, but my exercise selection was never on point. I always tried to squat. I squatted 3 times a week most of my lifting career, and I'm absolutely not made for squats. Everything else progressed nicely. My friends progressed nicely everywhere and on squats, and I progressed everywhere nicely, but not on squats because my levers are absolutely the worst. Since I started implementing hack squat, pendulum squat, belt squat, all these things, I have been able to really progress on my lower body, which is amazing. So we have upped my leg volume a lot, quite a lot, and my leg days have been incredibly hard. And I will show you a few leg days in the future for sure. Probably I'm not sure if it's going to be the next video or the video after. So to get into the split for this prep, we are training 5 times a week, and we have set training days on certain weekdays. Not a 2-day on, 1-day off rotation, but just 5 days a week, which is Monday chest, delts and biceps, Tuesday quads and calves, Wednesday pull, so back, rear delts and arms, no hamstrings. And then we got Thursday rest, Friday delts, chest and triceps, and on Saturday we got posterior chain, so we got mainly hamstrings, glutes and back. So both push days, Monday and Friday. Monday is more of a chest focused push day, and Friday, as you saw in the last video, is more of a shoulder focused, a delt focused push day. We have split the volume according to my needs. We have noticed that I need a lot of leg volume to really bring them up, so that's what we have done. My leg days have been absolutely killer. I will not go through the individual sessions, that would take too long, and you will probably see all my sessions throughout this prep. So no need to do that right now, but just to give you guys an overview, the body parts we're focusing on is mainly my quads, my hamstrings, so overall lower body, then my chest and my rear delts. So those are the four body parts that we are emphasizing the most. My back has actually come up quite a lot, so we didn't change too much of the volume there. But the thing is, I have really narrow clavicular bones. I struggle a bit to have like that wide look. I'm trying to work on my posing to enhance that, but it's just something I genetically have like that. I don't really have these broad shoulders, so I have been able to add a lot of muscle to my back. It's coming up nicely. No need to push a lot more there, but I think the limiting factor there is just my clavicular bones, that I'm not that wide just genetically, but should not be an excuse. I will keep working hard to get that V-taper. So as I said, main focus is my chest, on my upper body, then my rear delts, and of course the whole lower body. The reason we have my lower body split up into quads on Tuesday and hamstrings on Saturday is that hitting quads, especially with the HIT method that I'm using, I'm doing low volume, high intensity, as you may have seen in my videos. I'm at about 2 sets per exercise and just going all out. I'm always doing a top set of about 6 to 10 reps, back off set about 10 to 15 or 15 to 20 reps. Hitting quads with that intensity is really taxing on your nervous system. So your recovery will be impacted a lot. If you're deciding to train HIT style and do 2 quad days a week, or try to split up the volume onto 2 days, 2 leg days, chances are your recovery will suffer a lot, because you have 2 days on which you are, for example, going all out on 2 or 3 sets of a hack squat or a leg press or a pendulum squat or whatever, which is impacting your recovery a lot. So we decided to put all of my quad work into 1 day, and since the main deciding factor for your growth will be total volume per muscle, as long as you're in a frequency, as long as your frequency, so how many times a week you train your muscle, as long as that number is between 1 and 3 times per week, you're fine. You're fine. So muscles like arms, for example, or delts, you can hit those 3 times a week, no problem, because the exercises aren't taxing. You can always do a few sets at the end of the session, but you can't just do like, yeah, I'll just add 2 sets of a hack squat at the end of my back day or something. That hack squat is going to be incredibly taxing mentally, physically, and will impact your recovery. So that's the reason why everything is on 1 day for quads and on 1 day for hamstrings, so I can really focus on that. And I have been making a lot of progress like that. The next thing that we're going to probably change now during prep, since my fatigue is pretty high on Saturday oftentimes, is change one of my leg curls that I have on Saturday to just add that to my leg day, because on Tuesday, to my quad day. So that won't really impact anything. I will just do leg extension, and then instead of going directly to hit my hack squat, my main lift, I will do 2 sets of leg curl in between. So that's certainly possible, but as of right now, everything's split up, and I'm really liking this kind of split. I'm liking this kind of training. It's mentally, I think it's the best thing ever, because I almost don't have any bad sessions. I go to the gym and I get into my headspace, and there's just this all or nothing mentality to give it your all, and it's my training has been incredible since training like this. I always used to train for like, well, I trained for like 4 or 5 years with an RIR scheme, and I did make some good gains apart from my lower body, apart from the exercise selection that was wrong. I also underestimated my RIR, so how many reps I have in the tank at the end of each set, which on the upper body is pretty easy sometimes on certain lifts, but on your leg days, on your leg workouts, it's pretty hard. Doing a leg press, assessing your RIR there, you need to have a lot of experience, and I didn't have that experience, and that's why also I didn't really train intensely enough, to be honest. So yeah, this is what my split is looking like right now. I have probably listed it somewhere here so you guys can see. The individual sessions, you will see those throughout this prep. As promised, I will always show you guys the exercises I do, show you guys everything. As far as changing the program, that's something I wanted to add. You don't need to change the program all the time. Don't do that. Get the exercise selection right for your individual biomechanics. Stay with those exercises until you stagnate on one of them, hit a plateau, and then you can think about switching it out. Or if you can't do a certain exercise because you're injured or something else, or you're just really bored with it, then change a single exercise. But don't just go program hopping all the time. That's not really that beneficial compared to having like a set program and progressively overloading on these exercises, getting used to the motion patterns of each exercise. So yeah, I think that's about it when it comes to my split. If you have any questions about my split, please put them in the comment section below. I will gladly answer them. And I will finish the video here. I hope it's a little bit of a shorter one. If not, I apologize. I hope you you push through and watch till the end. If you do, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, please leave a like. It's highly appreciated. As I mentioned, everything all the links to support me are in the description below. And with that said, I'm going to see you guys in the next video.